I mean, I don't know about you guys, but it doesn't get more dramatic than this. To introduce what's coming up next, I've got the guys from Stag Airsoft with me on stage. These are here present at Playcon. They've got the stand over there at the back where they are also doing some demonstration of all that they do, not just at Playcon, but pretty much all year round. Because ladies and gentlemen, we are about to get going with MCL Season 3. We've started all the way back in August, and it's led us up to this. Two teams who will be fighting it out for this trophy, a number of medals, and of course, the title of champions. We've got a €3,000 prize pool. We'd like to give a quick shout out as well to CyberSift Gaming Malta, GMR, and the Malta Esports Association for making this possible. But I don't know about you, but I say let's meet the teams because they are ready and raring to go. Starting off from my right, please help me welcome on stage EVERSIO. Making their way to the stage, EVERSIO, as you can see them right now, asking the crowd for a bit of support. Come on, where's the support for EVERSIO from all those present at Playcon right now? Moving on. To my left side, please, help me welcome on stage, aNarchy. There you go. Coming up to the stage, getting ready, doing a team huddle, making sure they've got it all figured out for what is going to be one epic battle, one big final happening for all of us right here on the Playcon main stage. But to talk us through it all and to explain to us all that is happening on screen and to all those following us from home, I've got two casters who know it all, who are going to talk through all of it. And if you don't know anything, I'm pretty sure they'll be telling you about it. So please help welcome Bahaya and Mantle. It's over to you guys.
All right, guys, thank you very much for that wonderful introduction. What a grand final we have today. Project EVERSIO versus aNarchy. Two teams well established within the Maltese scene. But if we're talking about Counter-Strike, it's been all EVERSIO these past few years. They've had something of a stranglehold on the scene. But aNarchy today with an opportunity to change that.
Definitely agree with you. EVERSIO have been holding a big tight on the CS scene recently. However, aNarchy, this whole series, have gone undefeated, only losing one map in the semi-finals.
Yeah, it's been great for them. Very different story for Project EVERSIO. Started their season 13-0, very dominant against Pigeon Baguette, who were the lowest seeded team. But then it was a bit of a roadblock, 4 losses in a row before they did pick up the pieces against Shadowhunters and CSD School to secure a playoff berth. Quarterfinals, they did have a bye against CSD School, but in the semis against Berserk, who came second, they had a very, very dominant display, 13-1 and 13-6 to net them a spot in the grand finals here.
Definitely agree with you that. Also, aNarchy only having one map loss, which was a very tight map loss as well, going
13-11.
Exactly.
13-11. All rounds in regulation required between those two sides. It was against Order Zero over on Ancient, which we may or may not see later today. It's quite a popular map in the map pool. But I want to highlight a couple of these players on both of these teams, both from the league phase and also in the playoffs itself. So obviously, these guys didn't have the longest playoff run. They both just played in the semis. So we're going to go a bit back in time. In the league phase, we saw on aNarchy's side, Retro, Exech, Luca. These guys were amazing. They were so good. And I want to particularly shout out Luca. I mean, at the start of the season, we met with the players, you know, we had a bit of a picture day, a bit of a fun media day, and we asked many players from many different teams, who is your player to look out for this season? And many people did shout out Luca. So a lot riding on his shoulders today. Over on the EVERSIO side, though, we have the ever-present Stekeli, Zelion, and Trevor. But we did hear something from Trevor earlier today, which he did want us to pass on. This is his current farewell kind of match for
Definitely,
EVERSIO. It's for the time being, is going to be his final match, as the roster going into ESEA in the upcoming seasons will look slightly different. So a lot riding on that as well for the boys in blue. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to this, and I want to tell you something else. Before we started today, I went and I looked at our interviews that we did a couple of months ago, these guys, where we asked them, what are your goals? How is this going to end up? What do you want to do to consider this a victory? Now, Project EVERSIO, we're straight to the point. We want to win it all. They are here to win.
Glory.
All the glory. They want to develop the team and win. And well, it's been a bumpy road, but they're here. aNarchy, it was a bit of a different story. They were coming in with a new roster. We hadn't really seen them in a while, so maybe a bit of unknowns. They said, we want top 3, top 2. And anything other than that is a failure. But then, of course, we also want to go on to win it. Well, they've secured top 2. Now it's a question of if they can snatch that title as well. So maybe a bit of a different dynamic coming in from these guys into the
Different
final.
goals, I'd say, from each teams, but both of them end up going to the main stage, grand final. Now it's just a matter of will and dedication from each side.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. And it's going to be great for sure. Both teams actually at least riding high in terms of momentum right now.
Definitely.
Nobody coming into this, having lost their final group stage game or something. aNarchy did have a forfeit of CSDE, but that would have been a very great game. Expected maybe aNarchy would have also picked it up given their fantastic form against everybody else, but
Definitely.
unfortunately, we did not get to see that, but we do get to see an amazing final today, a best of 3. So either one team, the first team to pick up 2 maps, so we're either going to have a 2-0 or a 2-1 today. And given the veto, then maybe once we figure out what that is, we can talk a bit more of how we think that this will go. Maybe
Like
some
dynamics of each
predictions.
map.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. So obviously Vito playing a very, very big part in CS in general, because you can have the raw aim, but if you're going to get flashed, if you're going to get pushed off the angle, if you're going to mollied, there's nothing you can
You need
really
to know
do
exactly
about
where
it.
you're going to be staying on that map.
Exactly, exactly. And these teams, quite a different map pool. Actually, we were looking a bit at the maps throughout the season. And some maps were never featured for some of these teams. For example, aNarchy never played Overpass, they never played Mirage. Meanwhile, EVERSIO never picking Inferno. Actually, aNarchy neither. Train as well, skipped by EVERSIO. Map that aNarchy did quite well on, beating both Pigeon Baguette and Berserk.
Definitely.
So it will be very interesting to see where we do end up heading today. And yeah, I mean, it's been a really, really great season. It's been so nice to see the Maltese CS community sort of revitalize itself and come out swinging for MCL Season 3. We did start with 8 teams, now we're down to the final 2. And, onwards and upwards from here, Manti.
Definitely. Hopefully, seeing with this big momentum from all the teams, all the dedication from each player, maybe a Season 4?
Yeah, maybe, but we are still currently looking
In
for
Season 3.
our victor of Season 3, which we'll hopefully be finding out very shortly today. The grand final should be good to go in just a couple of seconds here, but until then we can also have a look maybe at some of the other players on these rosters. We did highlight, the MVPs per se, perhaps, but there are some players on these rosters who maybe they don't make the flashiest plays, they don't have the highest kill death ratios, but they really do the dirty work in these
Get the
teams.
impact that they need for the team.
Exactly. And I think we can say for the side of aNarchy, for example, we have Bayu there who, you say, oh, maybe he doesn't post the same numbers as the others, but it's so crucial to have a player who's willing to do that dirty work, who's willing to sacrifice, on a buy round, because he's going to drop the AK to the star player, he's going to play with a Galil, or he's going to play with a pistol, he's going to play with limited utility. These players are almost as important, or as important as star players, actually. It's a 5-man game. No man is an island, and all 5 on both teams today have to be at their A game to take home the trophy.
Definitely agree with you there. I believe a support player, regardless of any team, is crucial for the team, as you need someone that will be there, just hold you, push you forward, and give you what you're missing in the team, just to get that entry, that flash entry, or maybe give you that extra smoke that you need, the extra util, as you said, an extra rifle maybe on a buy round. But I agree that sometimes they are obviously overlooked because of statistics or stats. Maybe their KD is a bit lower than others, and stuff like that.
I want to take this opportunity as well. Perhaps we have some people, we have a great crowd here at Playcon, and maybe not everybody too familiar with the rules of Counter-Strike. So perhaps it's not a bad idea to quickly go over that. We have two sides. We have terrorists and counter-terrorists. One's going to be defending 2 bomb sites, while the Ts have to try and plant the bomb or eliminate all of the enemies. Rounds are timed, and once the bomb has been planted, it's 40 seconds until that detonates. Defusing takes either 10 seconds or 5 seconds if a counter-terrorist player does invest in a defuse kit. It's first to 13 to win the game, and teams switch sides after 12 rounds. So based on the veto, if EVERSIO pick a map, then aNarchy get to pick the side, but then after 12 rounds they're going to swap regardless, so everybody will have a bit of a chance on either side. However, CS is a very momentum-based game, so maybe getting a better side to start with on a map could also help you, string some rounds together. We can look at Nuke, traditionally extremely CT-sided, so if you get, quite a good T side going, if you get 5 or 6 rounds on the T side, wow.
A lot for the next half.
Exactly. Pistols equally important, so the first round of every half is going to be played with just pistols and limited money. And then there's a bit of an economy factor to CS, but Manton and I will guide you through that as the game progresses for sure. But I think we can also go maybe a bit until the game starts here through the maps and the matches that did happen throughout the season. So as we mentioned, we had Project EVERSIO starting 13-0 versus Pigeon Baguette before hitting that 4-loss streak. It was a 13-11 loss to CSDE on Ancient, then a 13-9 loss to Order Zero on Dust 2, and a 16-14 loss to Berserk on Mirage. Now, I have to say that Mirage game, Berserk were leading 12-7, and EVERSIO fought it back, 12-7, and EVERSIO did fight it back into overtime. So credit to them. They did take it the distance, despite eventually falling short. However, then when the going got tough, EVERSIO got going, and they picked up victories against CSDE School 13-1 and Shadowhunters 13-0, 2 stomps, to put it bluntly, both on Mirage. So Mirage, perhaps a map EVERSIO very comfortable with playing. It's a map we joke about. All of the Maltese community is very comfortable with playing. Sometimes we change the M from Malta to Mirage League. But this season, actually, we didn't see that much in the first half, but it reared its head once again towards the final 3 rounds. aNarchy, on the other hand, has been plain sailing throughout. Started with a 13-8 victory versus Berserk on Train, followed up 13-4 against Pigeon Baguette on the same map, 13-7 against CSDE School on Ancient, 13-8 against Shadowhunters on Ancient as well. Against Project EVERSIO on Ancient, they did win 13-7, so these teams have met on that map before, and it was quite dominant from aNarchy. Then there was the walkover versus CSDE, and they rounded off the season with 13-9 Nuke victory before heading into the semifinals, undefeated in the league phase.
Very impressive. I mean, undefeated in the league phase is, I think, unprecedented for a team that hasn't been in the scene for a long time. Unlike EVERSIO, who've been dominating most tournaments, having a bit of a rough start, but ended up pulling it through from the league and showing more dominance in the semifinals.
Something that we always said with EVERSIO is we want to see them in the best of 3s. When your deeper map pool can start to affect the results a bit more, when it comes more into play. Best of 1, maybe it's an off day, maybe some players hit some crazy shots, and all of a sudden you're losing the half 12-6. But in the best of 3s, EVERSIO have been so good. They had a 13-1 victory on Ancient, so despite losing it to aNarchy, they most recently, just last Thursday, won 13-1 versus semifinalist Berserk, before going on to a 13-6 victory, which I believe was on Overpass.
Yes, Overpass.
So that was a very good semifinal from Project EVERSIO. aNarchy also had an equally impressive semifinal, I'd argue. They won their opponent's map pick of Dust 2, 13-6, I believe. Then Ancient, as we mentioned earlier, was a very close 13-11 loss. Before then, they beat Order Zero once again on Nuke. Yeah, so another map that perhaps is quite good for aNarchy.
Definitely a good map for aNarchy. I mean, all we can do is now wait for the map picks and see how it goes from there. I mean, honestly, it's going to be a very close game, a very good game in my opinion. aNarchy have been showing dominance from the beginning. EVERSIO have finally been pulling through and showing what they can do, especially in the semifinals. They dominated against Berserk. aNarchy had a close fight against Order Zero, however, still pulled it through and came to the finals, which is what they technically want to. As you said, they want to be top top 2, top 3.
Yeah.
They're coming now, guaranteed second minimum, but obviously they're going to fight for first now.
Of course, once you're in the final,
Once you're final,
go for gold.
second is no longer an option. Now it's first only.
Of course, and we mentioned these players that are going to be so good, and we have the numbers to back it up here. So if we have a look at the stats here, I mean, in the semifinals in particular, now of course, when you see the semifinals, Eversio did win 2-0, so there was a map less for kills. But you know, we had Trevor on the Eversio side, 40 kills, 2.22 KD. What a semifinal,
from
him. Retro on the aNarchy side, 62 kills. So a bit more, but of course with the
He had
third
an extra
map.
map to do it.
But you know, averaging around 20 kills a map, these players, that's crazy. 1.41 KD. So really, really, really
insane
good.
plays from both
And if you want something even crazier, Retro only played 6 league games, right? Because of that forfeit. He has 116 league kills. Exec has 114. With a map less, that's more than any player on the Project EVERSIO side.
Insane numbers, insane numbers. From only 6 games, crazy numbers from Vincent.
Especially if we consider Exec, the IGL of this roster, not traditionally a role known for fragging. We did have a couple of fragging IGLs this season.
Yes,
Mystic,
definitely.
Mind
Mystic
of Order Zero
out
had
of
some
his mind.
crazy, crazy matches. Exec has been so, so good for so long. We even had the IGL of Berserk doing really, really well across some of the maps. So maybe not as you know, sacrificial of a role as it once was, the IGL. They're now getting more involved and taking these duels and these matches into their own hands.
I believe maybe the new generation is now more keen on adapting and doing, you know, both sides, IGLing and playing at the same time. If you compare the current pro scene, for example, you have Carrigan. Carrigan, he's, I wouldn't say old, but he's on the older side of the players now. And for example, when he IGLs, he has to focus more on the IGL, he has to work his brain. And so he's not, you know, as focused on his plays.
And it shows in the stats.
Exactly.
So.
But new IGLs, I feel like, I don't know how to explain, but like we're so keen on like scrolling through our phones, for example, doing something else. And I feel like now we're made to IGL and play at the same time. So I feel like the new gen IGLs.
The dual task.
The dual task, exactly. The multitasking is crazy from our generation. So I feel like the new multitasking generation is going to go crazy in IGLs, and I feel like you're going to see them lead the team and also perform in their team and not hold them back.
And I wanted to ask as well, when we see these IGLs doing well, is this a product of CS2 compared to CSGO? Of course, in Global Offensive, we did have 16 to win and mid-round 15. Now we've gone to mid-round 12 and 13 to win it. Economy hasn't really been shifted much. We had a couple of balances here and there, but it's by large and part the same as it was 2 or 3 years ago. So do you think now that the developers, Valve, have sort of pushed it onto the players to adapt to the current economy model?
Definitely. I think the new changes from going from up to 16 rounds to win to 13 definitely made a big difference, especially if now you swap sides at 12 rounds, not 16 rounds. So before, you could get a complete wash with 15 rounds. When you maybe win 1 round pistol, you'd be lucky. But I feel like the new changes definitely make you now think more economically and see how when you need to save, when you need to force, and when you have to play a bit more greedy to prevent them having money.
But okay, guys, we are good to go here. Map 1 is actually going to be Mirage, and I do believe it is Project EVERSIO's map pick. aNarchy, as we mentioned, never played this map before, so it's going to be interesting to see how this turns out. Project EVERSIO starting on the T side, aNarchy opting to start on the CT. The more favorable of the 2 sides on Mirage, but still no side is particularly favored on Mirage. Quite a 50-50 map. It's going to be an A execute camera for Project EVERSIO. Nades have been deployed. The Name finding the first frag onto Retro, onto Baji as well. Luca also going to fall to Keith, and now just a 5 versus 2. KD4 from CT here finds a frag, but going to get overwhelmed surely here, but actually Exec with the dualies, couple of frags off his own, and a 2 versus 2 now. Bomb has been planted, but time is ticking. There is a kit on KD4, but Zelion finds him, spotting Exec now through the smoke. But Exec taking down Zelion, so just a 1v1 now. Bomb has been tapped. Name trying to find that knife kill, and just about gets it in the nick of time. EVERSIO pick up the pistol.
What an impressive first round. I mean, EVERSIO completely stomped onto side, claiming A side for themselves. And then out of nowhere, Exa and KD just managed to save the round for themselves, getting an almost win-off. But unfortunately, Sekere got the knife and won the round for themselves.
Yeah, and off the back of that, immediately aNarchy going to call a tactical timeout just to talk things over a little. It was a very, very close pistol. Maybe they're discussing whether they want to force into this round or not. Of course, EVERSIO with that bomb plant and with that round victory are going to be able to invest as much as they want into round 2 here. And in fact, we can see it as well. AK for Name, a couple of Galils. But we have the highlight here from that pistol. KD4 and Exec and Zelion putting it in the 2v1 before Exec with the 3rd kill in the round, but Stekeli with the knife. And knife kill, 15k, yeah, 1500, sorry, loss bonus.
Definitely going to be now a nice bump for EVERSIO, potentially an early 8k if they want. Or if they want to cheap out, maybe get an up 3rd round already.
Yeah, they could go for the 2nd round AWP here, would be quite surprising indeed. Does look like though we have transitioned into a bit of a tech rather than attack, as the 30 seconds has elapsed, but the round is not underway yet. But, you know, that was a very, very fast pistol from EVERSIO, perhaps trying to overwhelm aNarchy, not really trying to let them settle. This was something discussed as well in this media day, that a team that could perhaps be a bit unfamiliar with lands and aNarchy were mentioned. But we are good to go here for round 2. As you can see, EVERSIO, quite a substantial investment. However, aNarchy just upgraded pistols, a smoke and a flash. They're going to stack 3 players on this A side. One's going to go in mid and somebody to hold the line over on B. But EVERSIO quick into mid now, yeah. Zelion opening frag onto Exaf River, gonna find one onto Luca as well. Spamming through the smoke here, Zelion spots this market player, KD4 trying to force the issue. Low on HP now, just 13 HP, gonna get taken down by Name. And bomb plant here, yeah, 5v2. Very, very fast round through from EVERSIO.
Definitely a good time for aNarchy to maybe see if they can get some exit frags here. Claim a gun. Close to Trevor, but unfortunately not enough to bite the bullet.
Yeah, so just Retro left now with this P250, 1v5. EVERSIO not trying to give away any rifles, as Nama will find the final frag. Staying disciplined even against the pistols. EVERSIO not trying to give away anything for free here. But it will be aNarchy now with their first buy-in of the game. It's going to be 4 M4s, no kit though, and that could come into play. I say that though, Bayu just picking up the kit now finally. But very, very limited utility. And these M4s, no headshot potential like the AKs have. Now for aNarchy, there's only one AK they have to worry about, which is on Name, so perhaps a bit of a relief there, but still it's going to be tough.
I mean, honestly, aNarchy still have a chance to get this because EVERSIO has 1 SMG and 3 Galils and 1 AK, so unfortunately, firepower is favored on aNarchy's side. However, utility-wise, EVERSIO is going to be dominant.
First frag by Luca in this ladder room, but does fall down to Trevor. Back over towards benches, still holding on to this B side. It's going to be Exit finding a frag before he gets traded by Stekeli. 3 versus 3, but look at the low HP on these EVERSIO players. KD4 forced forward by the Molly. He's going to find Stekeli and Zelion. Just Keith left, 4 HP and the Galil. Great play from KD4 in the market there. Steps in front of the Molly, finds both of the players that were already out on site. And just Keith now, 65 seconds, still needs to recover the bomb, but just 4 HP. A single bullet and he is dead. Should hear these market players, but with that jump in, Bayu will spot him and get that final frag as well.
Definitely a very good buy round from aNarchy. I mean, like I said, they had the better rifles to do a situation here against EVERSIO. However, now EVERSIO still have the funds compared to other rounds. I mean, they won the very first 2 rounds, so they had the money to now force another buy. So it's going to be another rifle round. So this is where EVERSIO needs to, you know, pull the game back to their side, so aNarchy can fall down to economy.
Yeah, for sure. This is one of the most crucial rounds in the game and should set the tone for who is going to be dominating the next couple of rounds this half. Anybody losing here would have quite a harsh economy reset. So both of these teams going to be looking to pick it up. Quite an even split though across the map here. You know, players A, players mid, players B, not committing just yet. Obviously, long time in the round to decide where they want to go. Bomb is currently posted towards that top mid position, where we also have a couple of EVERSIO players trying to take some mid control. We have Keith also in apartments here. Actually, could only afford this Galil if he wanted that utility, so could be something that comes into play in these gunfights. He is making his way in apps as his teammate Zelion starts to wiggle down mid in connector now, and he will be facing Retro if he tries to force the issue on this front. He's gonna check the angle here, I think. Zelion, very careful before pushing out, and doesn't check actually, but somehow finds KD4 in jungle before getting caught by Retro. Retro swinging out into connector, taking down Trevor as well. Not expecting the ramp player, perhaps, but Bayou, 2 kills, saving his teammate, and also perhaps securing the round for aNarchy here. 4 versus 1 now, just Keith left on the aforementioned Galil, so it's gonna be rough.
It's gonna be rough. Still potential for 1v4, but I mean, 2 of them are low. Oh, it does take him down very low to HP now.
Yeah, spotted on the ramp, down to just 30. 13 seconds, he has to go now, needs at least 4 to plant the bomb, so it does look like aNarchy have done enough. Keith, of course, dies before time runs out, intentionally there, so he still does get the loss bonus. But aNarchy, 2-2 now, and the economy firmly in their favor.
Definitely. I mean, a very good round for aNarchy to win. Now, EVERSIO are going to have to obviously save some money for the next few rounds, so obviously get a better buy round, better rifles, utility, which is obviously crucial for higher elo rounds like these, higher elo games as well.
Yeah, and no bomb plant for EVERSIO in round 4, and 3 players staying alive on aNarchy. So the CTs, the unforgiving economy, they can start at least to work a bit with it, secure some cash.
Coincidentally, last 2 rounds have not been bomb planted, so even less money.
And it does show on EVERSIO's buy. Perhaps a missing piece of utility there. Galil instead of an AK does affect it, as Bayou finds Keith, first frag of the round. EVERSIO still not committed anywhere just yet. Lots of players though on this mid push. 4 players now. Zelion spots the window player, unable to land the headshot though. Kelly peeking out connector. KD4 is gonna shut him down now. Finds the frag onto Name as well. So just Trevor and Zelion left. Zelion just 7 HP. And KD4, quite the tap there, yeah.
Zelion getting 1.
Perhaps a consolation frag in the round. Does take down Bayou, but with 7 HP, can't really expect much here. We'll try and perhaps pick up this weapon, but he's been spotted now, and the short player will take him down. That is Luca finding the frag, and aNarchy taking the lead on Mirage here. I think we need to highlight how impressive Luca, face it level 10 already. Such a young player. I believe he's 14 and already face it level 10.
Incredible.
You know,
40 at level 10, that's
so good in this whole tournament, so good in the semis, and now carrying on that form into the finals. Surrounded by his teammates as well, helping him along the way. KD4, a great start to Mirage so far, but it's going to be quick from EVERSIO onto the A side. 4 players, 5 players out ramp. Retro finds a couple of frags. Nam and Stekeli also 2 of their own, as Bayou gets trapped in this awkward palace position. His teammates still have to rotate. Did fire off a warning shot, but you're right, Nama is not aware of this. And it could indeed be a very, very big frag to find. Does watch now, but missed shot, as EVERSIO will take the man advantage. Zelion takes Exec down as well before Luca trades. So Luca in the 2 versus 1 now. We are hyping him up just before this. Can he deliver in the clutch? Deploys his utility, smoke, molly towards Palace. He's gonna perhaps try and stick the bomb here. You know, they say pros don't fake, but Name had the lineup ready.
Ready for the round. I mean, honestly, a very aggressive push from EVERSIO seems to work perfectly well for them. Claiming the op for them, so a free op technically for the T side.
And this aggressive A play worked in the pistol as well.
Definitely. I mean, in the pistol, they got the bomb planted immediately, which same thing now. And they were almost losing it in the retake. However, this time they held the retake much better. Definitely really good for EVERSIO, since now they tanked a bit the economy for aNarchy. However, aNarchy still had the funds to do a full buy here. So now there's going to be another round where economy is going to be crucial to see who's going to win the next round.
Still definitely deadly. I'm seeing a player with just a P250, but definitely by choice, as he does have a full set of utility as well.
Seems to be the B utility player.
A little bit slower from EVERSIO now. By another missed shot towards ramp though.
And gets stinked, so he's now low half HP.
Needs to be more careful on the repeat there. But aVersio now bomb in T-spawn starts to make its way over towards the other side of the map, so perhaps a little bit of an A commitment, but after seeing that op, they want to double check where they're going to go here. That is going to be quite a lot of mid-aggression. 3 players now. Stekeli lurking his way up to this connector position, where Retro lying in wait with this M4.
Trying to get the first click to see where they're going to go. They're going to come to A, commit to B. They're going to see where they can get the first pick.
Utility being deployed now. Retro finds the first track, finds the second as well. It's so crucial there to find these kills, but looking for the AK does get taken down by Zelion. Bayu luckily in the meantime for this aNarchy side, able to take down Name. Ensures a 2-man advantage with 30 seconds left, and aVersio, it really feels like they have been forced onto this A side here. Unless they can do something from window, but Luca says no, picks up Zelion, just keep left. He's been tagged through the wall with that AWP, just 18 HP. Back into connector. And now just keep 1 versus 3. Goes down.
I mean, honestly, it was a good chance for aVersio going down mid, trying to get the first pick. However, Retro held down connector with his own. Unfortunately, caught no gun in his hand, but honestly, great play from Retro, stopping the T's dead there on connector. Now they tried to continue pushing through connector, but however, the team already rotated, and there were like 3 people around A side ready for them, just trying to catch them off guard.
Yeah, we saw that highlight again there from Retro. If he doesn't find that second frag, it's a completely different round. But takes down the first 2 players, pushing him on that tough angle. Might have found the third had he opted to stay content with his M4. But aVersio this time just the pistols now, as aNarchy once again in the lead.
Now aVersio was very cheap and economical buy. Basic pistols.
Trevor taking some pot shots with this deagle, not finding anything just yet though. And it is a much slower paced round than some of those, blitz rounds we saw earlier from aVersio, where they force the issue onto the side. Obviously, they don't have the utility to do the same here. And Trevor actually finds the first frag onto Exar, also gets a rifle for his trouble. KD4 has meanwhile found Stekeli, ensuring we remain even on numbers and fairly even on HP as well. Retro and Stekeli both low, or sorry, Trevor low. As Retro does find Keith now. Man advantage aNarchy, and aVersio once again, a very limited firepower. As Name misses the mid jump there. Should have been heard by this mid player. 40 seconds left.
Creeping up to B now.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be that B hit here. Zelion, the sole piece of utility on this aVersio side. 1 flashbang, and also the bomb on his back. Name does fall in mid, so the lurk player is taken out. But Zelion 1D gone to KD4.
Down to Luca to hold down the side.
Just 9 HP though, so this deagle can land a hit anywhere and will indeed find the frag. So Zelion picks up the kill. He's gonna look for the bomb plant here, but Retro from short finds the frag. But I mean, it's a lot closer than it should have been perhaps this round. 3 kills for the aVersio side with just the upgraded pistols.
I mean, some gun drops from aNarchy is not really good for their economy. I mean, this is gonna kind of affect them for the next few rounds. However, for aVersio side, this is great. They managed to tank a bit the economy for aNarchy, and now they still have the money to buy a full round and with a decent amount of utility. So
look at the stats here. Retro, KD4 leading the way. Zelion on that aVersio side, but we said Retro was good.
I'm sorry, Retro in connector, he is incredible right now.
Has it on lock. Nobody can take that angle from him. Also then in the last round, after finding those frags in connector, sneaking his way up short in catwalk, and taking the final frag on Zelion as well. Another technical pause, I think, here. So hopefully that will be sorted shortly. But aNarchy off to a 5-3 lead on Mirage. And I mean, it's the CT side, right? So we're expecting them perhaps to finish this half with a couple of rounds more than aVersio. It's not a very CT-sided map.
Statistically, it's more of a CT side.
Yeah, so it leans a bit in their way. So a good start, definitely 5-3. Worst case scenario, 7-5. They secure 1 more round. They will at least secure the half ends even.
Exactly.
But there's a lot more of this first half to play still.
I mean, I'll be honest, so far, aVersio and aNarchy, very close game. I mean, they're going at each other with this economy. I mean, like I said last round, yes, aNarchy did win the round, but however, aVersio did put the damage in for that round. taking out 3 of them, that's losing 3 complete rifles and a full kit. It's going to take them. As you can see now, you have 3 of the players under 1,000. Only Bayu with the money left, to be honest.
Yeah, it's been really good from both of these sides, keeping it a close contest. And that's, of course, what we want to see for this grand final. EVERSIO, 4 players early on towards this A side. Perhaps deciding that it's worked before, why not go there again? If it ain't broke,
don't fix.
Exactly. Utility traded towards apartment here from these 2 players, but Name is just there as the lurk. Bomb still waiting outside of this A site. 1 in apartment, 3 towards ramp.
Retro giving up that connector angle to potentially push up lower. However, now he seems to be going back to mid.
EVERSIO will start to make their way out of ramp now, actually. Bayu's gonna throw a nade here, could do a lot of damage. They'll get tagged through the box though, and Keith, quick towards this ticket position, does take down Bayu. So, site has been opened actually by EVERSIO. Bayu, the only player with a sightline, and Name also finding exit on that B side. So 5 versus 3, Retro and Sandwich looks for a frag and does take down Trevor as KD4 makes his way onto side, forces the Kelly though. Retro has a lot to do, but only good for the 1, as just Luca now into 1 versus 3. Picks up the first kill onto Keith, but no kit on his back. So perhaps just looking to hold on to this M4 here as he does fall off the A side.
However, Luca, while playing at B, did get a tag at app, so potentially he is aware that there is a player close to him, as there is Nami at short.
However, EVERSIO equally low on cash, I would say. Perhaps not looking to contest this too much. Name does make his way up short, but both players just holding the angle now and just holding on to these precious rifles.
So far, honestly, very close game, as I said. Now, aNarchy are going to be slightly low on funds. Some might full buy, some might half buy, while EVERSIO honestly can just full buy and now get some good utility in. Maybe do a full utility-based push or claim on site, maybe play a bit slow, try to get that mid claim, see where they're going to get the first pick, maybe get 2 picks on A, get 2 picks on B, and start pushing that side. But honestly, I think now with aNarchy, the best they can do is just play it slow, try to get those early picks, maybe get a good gun off them, or at least, if not win the round, damage as much as they can their weapons.
Well, they have invested in it to win it. Force buy from this aNarchy side. The op once again on Bayu. 3 SMGs. This is going to be for Exech, KD4 and Retro. Luca with that saved M4 allows him to invest into some utility. Over on the EVERSIO side, 4 AKs. Don't think they can afford an AWP for Zelion, but it should be 5 AKs across the board if they so please. I wanted to ask as well, while we do have this timeout here, Mirage, EVERSIO's pick, CT-sided, although just a little bit CT-sided. It's not perhaps like Nuke, which is actually our 2nd map. So regardless of what happens here, we will be heading to Nuke, which is aNarchy's map pick, and it will be EVERSIO starting on the CT side there. What do you think about that?
Honestly, I believe if EVERSIO managed to get the early 2 rounds and get that economy damage onto aNarchy, all they need is just to be strong on that buy round. If that buy round is completely claimed by EVERSIO and EVERSIO starts a 3-0 round, honestly, they could easily just hold this leverage against aNarchy for the next few rounds. And easily claim 6 minimum rounds from them.
Well, Mirage still underway here, first half, and it is going to be very fast onto the B side. Miss nade from the CT defenders as Zelion and Keith rip open this bomb site. The remaining 3 CTs immediately concede the round to save these weapons. What a hit on the bomb side from EVERSIO. Blink and you miss it.
I mean, from seeing how the round went, I think aNarchy was not expecting a fast B rush. The whole game, only fast A rushes. And they were not expecting the B rush. And now, obviously, as they aNarchy are going to stay behind and just save the guns.
That Ven player also missing a crucial nade into apartments, ends up throwing it towards himself instead.
I mean, honestly, that nade all could have done is maybe lowered players' HP to half, but all the utility was perfect. Everybody was blind. EVERSIO just had to go on site, pick the enemies, and plant the bomb.
And despite the force of aNarchy, it's 5-5 now here, so tied game. EVERSIO looking perhaps to end this half strong, 7-5. So, in CSGO, Zonic's law was 11-4. If you win the half 11-4, you're gonna lose the game. It's an unwritten rule that you're gonna lose the game. What is Zonic's law in CS2?
Is it 7-5?
I've heard different. I've heard that it's 9-3.
9-3.
So both of these sides can, you know, count themselves lucky that they don't have to worry about that just yet. But
Definitely.
7-5 is very, very close. If you don't convert that
close.
second round pistol, it's 7-7.
Easily.
And you've started once again from 0. So
They pushing up very hard. Missing the shot.
missed shot from Bayu. Not the first time we've seen a missed shot from him today. Definitely starts hitting those. If aNarchy are going to hold on to the lead here. And Retro misses the swing with that MP9. Bayu as well down to just 2 HP. And the aNarchy have lost their grip on this A side. Nade's gonna take down Bayu as well. Name also finding Exec on the B side, lurking late out of BFs. And aNarchy, despite the strong start here, it looks like EVERSIO has their number on the CT side now.
Look at us here. Name pushing up behind him. Could get the AK for free.
Luka does secure that frag. Name not checking his corners will fall, and Luka immediately out of there into underpass and all the way into T. App's gonna try and hold on to that AK as KD4 does lose his life. So 1 versus 4 now. Luka just trying desperately to hold on to the AK, which should allow aNarchy, you know, full loss bonus now to buy into that round.
I mean, I think this is the last chance for aNarchy to potentially secure a 6-6. But they're gonna have to now full force him. Look, getting one more kill on that.
Oh, Luka does
Dropping
fall
the
at the
AK.
very end there, so no AK saved. It is the last round of the half regardless, so as no money carries over into that second half, they have to fully invest, but an AK would have been amazing to play with. Might have allowed them to pick up the AWP, but unfortunately they will have... Yep, so perhaps EVERSIO tried something different and it didn't work out, but I wanted to ask, it's 6-6 now. Of course, we did say it's not the most CT-sided map, but it is a CT-sided map. So are aNarchy in trouble here? They got to pick the side on this map, and perhaps they let a few rounds slip away, a few missed op shots, a few rushes where they were caught sleeping. Is it going to come back?
They seemed a bit shaky on a few rounds, but however, they were still able to hold their ground on certain rounds. I feel like what aNarchy needs to do now is flip the book, see what they're going to do for T side, and honestly, they need to surprise EVERSIO or outsmart EVERSIO in this situation. EVERSIO have always been quite a tactical and precise team how they play on CT. So I feel like if EVERSIO keep their current spree on CT, I mean, semifinals, EVERSIO on CT were dominant. They completely took over the map control.
Yeah, for sure.
So if aNarchy manages to kind of make them believe the wrong idea and just outplay them a little bit, aNarchy can easily take claim on T side. But honestly, I think it's just based on statistics here. Not statistics, but tactics.
And as well, EVERSIO have in their favor that this core tree of Kelly, Zelion, and Trevor, they've played together for so many years now.
So many years.
So many tournaments, so many maps, and they've always enjoyed Mirage. So they know this map. I mean, we know this map better than the back of our own hand. So let alone these guys. You know, everybody, I think today is a level 10 on Face It or around about there. So very top tier of Counter Strike. It's the best of the best. And you know, something like Mirage, one of the most popular maps, the most popular map in the map pool for casual and competitive players alike. Definitely not new ground for them.
No, definitely. I mean, I feel like at this point, every game you play of Counter Strike, it's always a Mirage game. Or
Yeah,
at least
almost.
it's an 80%
Yeah.
Mirage game. Maybe you feel like it's a 10% Dust 2 and then 10% whatever else
Anything
map
else, yeah. And I wanted to say that since this core of EVERSIO has been playing together for so many years, and since they have this chemistry built up between them, does that make the CT side easier? You know, on T side, you need to coordinate your hits. We're going to go A, we're going to count it down. IGL direct us, what are we going to do? On the CT side, okay, I am the B anchor, I am the mid player, I'm, you know, that A, I'm going to go aggressive in mid. And then they know that, but that's about it. Then they're sort of playing off each other. Does that make it easier?
In my opinion, usually it does. However, EVERSIO did announce that in the beginning of the league, they were doing role swaps. So obviously they had quite a few games to familiarize themselves with these roles. For example, Zellion's now an AWPer and stuff like that. Trevor's the IGL. But I feel like it's more up to the player's decision whether they want to take control or just play it safe.
Indeed. Well, we are ready to go with the second half here on Mirage. Score tied 6-6 as aVersio take on the CT side now of their map pick on Mirage. It's going to be quick from A, actually, from aNarchy. Look at the setup here. 3 players getting ready to line up their smokes. Another quick on ramp. 1 in Palace, just 2 of these aVersio players in CT, and of course the window player who could rotate on to jungle. But utility all going to be deployed as Keith one tap onto Retro. Big kill to find early on. aNarchy now have to try and take back this ground. There's going to be Trevor from CT, actually. 2 quick headshots before he finally goes down. But just Bayu left does have a couple of kills, but it's going to need a couple more. 1 versus 2 now, 58 HP as the smoke begins to fade. Spotted by the stairs player and will fall to the dualies of Stekeli. So aVersio, they hold off, they hold off that rush of aNarchy and claim their first pistol, I think.
Their first pistol, but the
or no, second pistol actually. So aVersio picked up both pistols, so statistically should have a very, very good chance here to secure the match. So credit to aNarchy that despite losing both pistols, it's as close as it is so far. And aNarchy, of course, did get the bomb plant there.
Very
so
crucial.
We could see a force here. It's getting more and more common, and indeed that is what we are seeing.
Luca and Exe with the Galils early, and Bayu with the Galil early. Obviously, 2 Mac 10s, that's a very good mathematical equation for an entry. You get the Mac 10s
allows
in
them
the front,
to buy the smoke and flashes.
so you get the util and you get the entries. I mean, SMG going right in your face, there's not really much you can do against it.
But perhaps a bit of a gamble as well, this tactic, forcing after you get the bomb plant. If they lose here, it's a guaranteed round on just Glocks and pistols in the next. However, round has just started, and aVersio have allowed aNarchy a lot of mid control. 3 of these aNarchy players, including the bomb, have made their way all the way down to the bottom of mid. As the last 2 waiting, these 2 Galils of Exef and Bayu on the A side. Trevor from this ticket position, gonna find the first couple of frags. Bayu needs to be careful, gonna get tagged from under Palace, but Exef able to swing out and find the frag. Takes down Name as well.
Down to a 2v2.
Very
Bomb
big
stuck in
frag,
connector.
yeah, but exactly, bomb needs to be retrieved, but Exef, so good here, 3k in the round for him, leaving just Zelion in the 1 versus 2. Low HP on both of these aNarchy players though, and Bayu just 21 HP now. Zelion knows where this bomb is, but is going to give it away for the time being. Bayu able to pick up that bomb, going for the plant.
aNarchy able to use the nades on the floor from the CTs to push Zelion off. I mean, they were able to molly off short and push him away.
But Zelion no kit to play with though, so he's gonna have to go quickly. Does have that utility, as you mentioned. Does pick up a kit now though, actually, from his teammate.
Players
does
are low.
make it.
An easy Kobe could win the round.
Oh, this all comes down to the timing here. And it will be Exef, 4k in the round from the IGL of aNarchy. A crucial round, as we mentioned, a gamble from the side of aNarchy.
Very big gamble, and I think this worked out perfectly for aNarchy. I mean, that was able to take the steaming train that you have of aVersio and completely derail them. Now they're down to like little economy, and obviously aNarchy full buy here, removing those SMGs. So now there's no holes in the boat, just primary weapons only, full force power.
I have to say I'm surprised they didn't pick up the M4 of Zelion at the end. Stuck with the Galil, but clearly must be feeling comfortable with it. And aVersio actually, despite the weaker buy, a full investment here. Zelion does find the opening frag, but will get traded as aNarchy maintain a man advantage here. It's a force buy from aVersio, so it's an important round. If they're not going to win, to at least do damage. As aNarchy start to make their way onto this A-side, utility being deployed, and Retro through the smoke and with a wallbang, gonna find Trevor as well. 4v2 now. Name and Stekeli. Name through the smoke. What a shot. Finds another frag as well, and just Bayu all of a sudden left in the 1 versus 1. Low HP on Stekeli, but Stekeli has been so good in some of these clutch rounds, but Bayu spots the player and takes down the frag. Well, we did say that aVersio were going to have to do damage. 4 frags, very close there in the 4v2, 3 kills between these 2 last remaining CT players, but aNarchy do close it out in the end.
Definitely, damage has been done on aNarchy side. aVersio were able to get a little bit of money from the new economy system. I mean, an extra 200 does help, as an extra flashbang, for example, but now they're still going to have to eco regardless. Now all that means is aNarchy have one full buy, which is currently, and if something would happen this round, next round, they're going to be completely broken.
Oh, missed window smoke from aNarchy there, though. Leaves a gap for Name.
Who's been quite deadly with this league of the past few rounds.
Yeah, hit some crazy shots in that 4 versus 2 there. And he is the man you want to have this favorable position with this missed smoke. Lines up the shot, though, but Luca is ready for it. Finds that frag and secures a man advantage for aNarchy here. If aNarchy can survive this round with all 5 players staying alive, they're going to be set quite well in terms of economy.
2 players in connector.
Oh, Stakeli, ladder room, does get caught. KD4 also going to find Zelion as Retro taking down Trevor. The B side has been opened and just Keith left 1v5 on mid. And it's been very, very good from aNarchy so far. Low HP on KD4 and Retro on KD4. Might get spotted there, but backs off in the nick of time. And Exec, easiest kill of his life there, takes down Keith. And EVERSIO, aNarchy, all 5 players staying alive.
Perfectly what they need right now. I mean, economy-wise, flourishing. They can, whatever happens this round, next round, they still have the money to do a full buy. So even if they were to make mistakes now, they won't be fully penalized. However, now with a full buy round from EVERSIO, this is where you're going to see the true show of, rifle 1v1 based action.
aNarchy, though, this is a team we've never seen on Mirage.
Honestly, showing their worth. I mean, EVERSIO have been showing Mirage the whole season, have been very dominant in it.
But struggling today so far against this aNarchy side, this really is a make or break round. EVERSIO in with a buy. They have the 5 M4s, maybe not as much utility as they would have liked. They also do have that kit, but just 1 kit between the 5 of them. So aNarchy, they're going to have to hit, and they're going to have to hit hard. And if they win this round, then we can start talking about map 2 perhaps.
Definitely, and it seems like they're stacking up onto B. 2 players on A, maybe applying the pressure, giving them the false idea, maybe making them rotate, which seems like it's working right now.
Oh, Stakeli gives up this B site as the execute does come through from aNarchy, and he does fall. So site has been opened, and Name on short also taken down. So bomb site B completely open for the plant now, and Exec has the right idea. Taking the duel with Zelion, gonna win that. The confidence from these aNarchy players today to go for these fights. As Trevor is gonna get double peaked there, and KD4 as well. Rubs salt into the wound of EVERSIO, taking down Keith despite making all that noise. And aNarchy, once again, all 5 players alive, secure double digits.
Honestly, I think this is the best example of using the IGL's mind to the best. As in, you had KD on A side, giving them the false idea that it's about to be an A round, an A push. There was a flash, there was a smoke. And as soon as Stecker left, boom, they're on B side. When he turned around, what could he do? There were 3 people looking for him. Nami tried to survive from short, couldn't. 2 people from apps, catching him off guard.
A very, very clinical round from aNarchy there. And amazing for a team that we've never seen on Mirage. EVERSIO now with a much weaker buy. Loss bonus is almost at its max capacity, but still just 4 pistols and an SMG. Do have some armor though, so if they can find the frags, they can pick up the rifles and put those to work. However, aNarchy very, very slowly this time round. Over towards the A side though, all 5 players. So perhaps knowing that EVERSIO are on a weaker buy, wanting to force the issue and overwhelm with numbers, but it will be Luca the first to fall. EVERSIO pick up that first frag, and Zelion stays alive a lot longer than I thought he would have there. But Bayou, couple of frags, Exec catches Name, trying to sneak into Sandwich. And seemingly crisis has been averted for aNarchy here. 4-2, a big nade onto Trevor, 2 big nades as he's taken down to 35 HP.
What an explosion from aNarchy there. We were able to get on side, did lose 1, but we're ready for the retake. Nami trying to push from the behind.
EVERSIO, these players, such low HP, looking to save the armor perhaps into the next round, or perhaps play for some of these exit frags. Trevor finds one here, might be trying to save that AK. Don't know if he's too close to the bomb, but have to see here. Does fall to the AK, unfortunate for EVERSIO there. Stakeli finds this frag. That's aNarchy exit together, so no gun to be saved for him. Does fall as well. Nothing to save from that round for EVERSIO, but as loss bonus has been maxed out, they will be in with a buy here.
Definitely. I mean, seeing from the other games, against Berserk, when Eversio played against Berserk, they still were able to make a fair of a comeback. Not winning it, but however, from 12-7 down to 16-14. So Eversio is not out of the game yet. However, aNarchy showing a very dominant T side.
Very, very good game from aNarchy indeed. Quick out of the A site again. And this time not gonna work as well. Keith, couple of frags and so much damage. Luca and Bayou so low. Luca does find that important frag onto Keith on side though. However, it has allowed Eversio in the meantime to make their way onto this bomb site. And Exec, the last player with any health on this aNarchy roster, taken down with a headshot through the smoke from Stekeli, leaving just Luca and Bayou. 26 HP between the two of them.
Not much you can do with this HP. Only straight headshots for them just to potentially make the round winnable.
Well, they do have the AKs, so they are the weapons for the job. The question is, can they hit the shots? Have a lot of time to play with those, so they can hit the brakes a little and try and make Eversio second guess themselves. So see Eversio, Zelion in that under position now. He's just trying to ensure a little bit of map control, trying to get those T-apps completely covered so they can say, all right guys, it's going to be that A hit. And it is indeed that A hit. A very slow walkout from Ramp here, trying to be very, very quiet. But Name has to watch a couple of angles. Don't know if they hurt him there, but quickly swings onto Luca and finds Bayou as well. So Eversio deny aNarchy map point there. And after a flurry of rounds being lost, they do secure an 8.
Definitely a crucial round there for Eversio. Now having some funds left in their account and still primary rifles. However, aNarchy still having the money to another full buy here. So all this means for aNarchy is just a slightly longer game. Now aNarchy needs to make sure they don't mess up.
Look at the money on Retro and Exec, almost 6k each. So even in the next round, they can definitely drop SMGs, Galils, AKs. I'm sure Exec has already drilled his team on what buys they will have in such a situation. So Eversio, it doesn't get easier from them. And it's going to be an uphill battle against this incredible, frankly, aNarchy side. On the T side, they've been so good.
So good.
Even better than their CT side thus far. And it really makes you think, those rounds where they were caught on the rushes, where we had the missed op shots, could that have hinted at a more one-sided map had it gone the other way? Well, Trevor does catch Retro though. Some missed utility from the T's does force him to expose his back to connector. Luca also tagged as well, so 4 versus 5. Bomb still drop top mid, and there's none of these aNarchy players anywhere near it just yet. Trevor tries to take the fight once again in connector. This KD4 as his opponent, and it's really a question of timing here. KD4 able to walk all his way up and could get caught, spots the gun barrel. So knows that there's a player in jungle now, just make sure stairs is clear. But Trevor is gonna get taken down actually by Exec. But under Palace not being cleared out just yet, allows Keith to find the frag. But before he can get that nade of Exec down, Exec actually caught Trevor from Palace. Zelion does take him down finally though, so Eversio maintain that man advantage, but look where Bomb is.
Bomb stuck on top of mid.
2 versus 2, but nowhere near the bomb, and they need the frags. Eversio don't know this just yet, but with 10 seconds left in the round.
Luca needs to get these kills just to win the round, or else save the guns now.
Yeah, so dying here after time would be catastrophic for the economy of aNarchy. Luca really needs to stay alive, and perhaps an oversight from aNarchy getting too engaged in these duels, forgetting the bomb top mid, and losing the round because of it.
A simple mistake, however, just cost them the complete round.
And with that, Eversio reduced the deficit to just 2, 11-9 here. aNarchy do have a bye, but in the next round, it won't be as pretty as this. Eversio gonna call a tactical timeout to talk things over. You know, you've got the past couple of rounds. aNarchy forgetting the bomb, so perhaps the nerves, you know, getting close to that finish line on map 1, getting the better of them. Not a team that we've seen on LAN very often, as opposed to these Eversio guys who are so used to playing on these stages. It could be a factor coming into it. Eversio capitalizing off that tactical timeout here just to talk things over. I'm actually not sure who the current IGL is. It started with Trevor this season. It went to Stekeli, it went to Zelion, back to Trevor, and now I'm not sure if they even have one. Zelion did mention they had a few matches there where they didn't have an IGL, and perhaps the roster woes on Eversio's side could indicate why they had that 4-map losing streak. But on Mirage here, they're keeping it close so far, 11-9.
I feel like the past few games where they were still trying to do the new roles, they're figuring out what's best, where do they need to be, who's going to be what. And I feel like now once they reach the quarters and semis, they finally realize what everyone's going to be as and where it's playing. And now, I mean, as you can see, they're playing very well, still making a very tough game for aNarchy, which surprisingly for their first LAN appearance, to my knowledge, and since a long time, performing very well, keeping EVERSIO on their toes.
Indeed, but round 21 here, EVERSIO quick to the mark. Zelion with that AWP does find the opening frag. aNarchy trying to force the issue through mid. Couple of players over on mid and another two over towards the A side. Bayu hits the shot onto Trevor, so we're once again in a 4 versus 4. But position is known now that he is playing in this Palace position. Zelion with that AWP in jungle. Luka boosted up here. Might have hurt Stekeli on the cross, not sure if he did, but might have a free frag, but looking the wrong way. And Zelion gets a free kill onto Luka instead. Man advantage EVERSIO as Bayu though fights back once again. Another kill for him with this op, 3 versus 3 now. Power position up on Palace, but 2 of these CTs as the smoke begins to fade is going to be so crucial that Exa keeps this hold. Stekeli trying to spam through the smoke, just missing out. Exa could be caught out here, finds the first, does he know about the second? Is not ready for it. As Keith finds the refrag there, but Bayu still in Palace, 3rd kill on the round. Knows that the nade came from that Palace position, but gets a bit overzealous and gets taken down, leaving Name and Retro in the 1v1 here. But Retro baited out by the tap, and Name secures a crucial 1 versus 2 for aNarchy, for EVERSIO. Bringing it to just 1 round between these two sides.
I guess maybe Retro had the idea of fakes never, pros never fake.
Yeah, perhaps, especially
sometimes maybe they do fake.
Zelion opening frag in that round there. Exec caught only 1 kill towards CT. Bayu was so good with 3 kills from the op, but it wasn't enough there. Maybe shouldn't have pushed that final frag there. It's feeling the
momentum. Taking actually one more kill, but unfortunately.
And look at the buy now for aNarchy, it's not good. And it's gonna be very, very rough for them. EVERSIO, a great opportunity to tie up the game 11-11. Zelion hits that first flick, spots the mid players, but Exec with this rifle does find the ramp player. Immediately traded though by Trevor. So 4 versus 3, but Luka this time does enact his revenge on the jungle player. 3 versus 3 now. And aNarchy, despite the weaker weaponry, have 3 versus 3 scenario. It's 75 seconds left on the clock here. No need to commit to either of these bomb sites. Just 1 smoke and 1 flash though. Luka stuck between a rock and a hard place. Stekeli has that window position on lock. Cannot make a move here, but his teammates might be able to find him a little bit of space. Just Name on this B site, and this round really falls squarely on his shoulders.
The question is Name ready for this quick B push?
Does spot the first player, this is the rifle, takes the SMG down as well, 2 quick kills. Luka with 1 of his own, 40 seconds left though, and needs to find this frag onto Zelion. Spots him, missed shot from Zelion, low on HP, 35 seconds, needs to go quick. As a player on that B site he's going to need to look out for. Luka finds a frag onto Zelion, so 3 versus 1, 1 versus 1 now. 20 seconds though, and needs to recover this bomb and get the bomb plant. The clock is ticking. Just 15 seconds now. Name against Luka. Hasn't seen him on this B site. Should have an idea that he is in apps and does get caught out by Name. A great round from him as EVERSIO tie up the game 11-11.
Unfortunately, aNarchy didn't have the funds to push through, but however, still managed to get down 4 of them on that round. It was maybe not the best, I guess, performance from them. However, taking their money down for the next round is very useful. So if now with a full buy, aNarchy managed to pull through and get this match point, EVERSIO won't have much money next round. So this current round is going to be crucial for both teams. Winner of this could decide who is going to take map 1.
Well, aNarchy's 4-round lead has completely been eviscerated by EVERSIO. 11-11 now as we go into the final couple of rounds of regulation. Yet to be seen if a team will take map 1 or we will be heading into overtime. Quick onto the A side from aNarchy. It's worked before and it seems to be working again. Luca finds an opening frag, but a flurry of frags from EVERSIO. Zillion with 1, Trevor with 2, and all of a sudden this round has been flipped on its head. aNarchy left to pick up the pieces as KD4 only good for 1. Trevor finding his third of the round and Stakeli picking up KD4 as well. So EVERSIO secured the first match point of this grand finals.
Now it's up to aNarchy to see if they're gonna be able to take this round and push it to overtime. I mean, it's technically EVERSIO just needs to secure one more round to take map 1. aNarchy needs to show them that they are not letting this map go easily. I mean, 12-11 is already not an easy game for a first map,
but
especially on a map.
The mental, they were 11-7, and they might be losing 6 rounds in a row here to lose out the game. They've already lost 5 in a row. Another missed window smoke. And could it be the jitters of the grand finals beginning to sink in?
They could take it as a grain of salt, and this is EVERSIO's map pick, and the next map is their pick. We'll have to see how it goes now.
Yeah, will definitely be
slow push up mid.
Great to see how Nuke turns out. I'm expecting another great game of Counter Strike there. Mirage has been such a tightly contested map so far. EVERSIO perhaps now stringing a few together after aNarchy. Seemed like they had it in the bag. We did say at a point if they lose this round, we have to start talking about map 2, but we are now on a map 24. Kills being traded. Exa finds another, but low HP on 2 of these aNarchy players. Zelion looks away at just the wrong time, leaving just Stakeli as the lone anchor on this B side. Bomb being tapped though, he hasn't been cleared yet, and he will get taken down. Retro needs to find the frag onto Zelion, does indeed, knows that there's still somebody over on bench here, catches Stakeli with the nade but doesn't find the frag, does find it eventually, but Trevor from Market finds a frag of his own onto Exec. And KD4 with the nade in his hand, perhaps a bit of an awkward jiggle there, almost offers up Trevor the kill. And Trevor in the 2 versus 1 does get caught out though. So aNarchy, with their backs against the wall, do secure a 12th, and we're going to overtime.
Now, should we explain to the fans of how overtime works?
Yes, indeed. So overtime is it's a bit similar, but on a much smaller scale. aNarchy will remain on the T side, EVERSIO remain on CT. The magical number now is 16, the first to win 4. After 3 rounds on one side, they're gonna flip. So we're gonna have 3 rounds for aNarchy on the Ts, EVERSIO 3 rounds on the CT, and then flip the script. We need 4 rounds from a team to win map 1. If it's 3 apiece, we'll head into the second overtime, and we keep going until we have a team that secures 4 rounds in overtime.
Now, also a fun little fact, during overtime, all players in each team get 12.5k. So money shouldn't be an issue for the next 3 rounds. They're able to full buy every round, and every round is going to be a full force gunfight. The
only team that needs to be wary of that are the CTs. Of course, their economy is slightly more unforgiving, and the AWP cannot come out every single round. We're seeing Zelion already down to 5.4k, so that is a weapon that they'd really have to try and hold on to.
However, a smart little thing from EVERSIO to save this extra money, 350, not to buy the full helmet. Because if you really think about it, an AK headshot is going to kill you regardless. Only thing that'll save you is maybe a wallbang. So
yeah, very good spot there from Mentin. It's 1,000 if you buy helmet and armor, 650 just the armor. And as you're mentioning, aNarchy obviously going to have the AKs now, 12.5k, so EVERSIO saving a little bit of cash to take into those later rounds.
It's actually being aggressive on B apps.
Very aggressive on B, playing right up to the smoke, and has been slower from aNarchy this time round. And B has treated them quite well so far. We saw these past few A-side hits not
Trevor
really
also
working.
flanking from T-spawn.
Ooh, you're right. What a lurk there from Trevor. And he could catch Luca and Retro here. Could also catch KD4. KD4 gonna fall. Also Retro, Luca, the last mid player, gonna get overwhelmed by these EVERSIO players as the B hit has to come true now. Exec does find that frag, but bomb has been dropped in mid. And what a lurk from Trevor, single-handedly securing the round for EVERSIO here, as Exec and Bayou, nothing in it in the 4v2, will both fall. EVERSIO securing the first round of overtime.
Honestly, great performance from Trevor there. That lurk right there, they were not ready for it. So claiming the 2, bomb drop now in lower, mid. What can the T's do? Nothing. They were pushed out B, no bomb, they were stuck. And when they pushed short, Trevor finished the job.
was brilliant indeed, and they're gonna need more of that if they want to secure this map pick one, their map pick of these finals here. aNarchy making it very, very close, but a great start for Eversio. Mid-smoke once again missed, the third or fourth time that aNarchy have actually missed that smoke, and Luca gonna fall because of it. Zelion looking for the cheeky flick there, doesn't find it.
Mid-smoke now done, so unfortunately damage has to be done from Zelion. However, some pressure now can be applied on mid by aNarchy.
Bayu, pixel gap over there, gonna get shot out by Zelion. KD4 does finally find something, but Retro should have had the frag on Name, quickly adjusts and finds the frag of his own, so just Exa left, and he will fall. Zelion 3 kills with the AWP this round, a massive round from him, as Name keeps that mid area secure as well.
Now, final round for the first overtime half. aNarchy not showing much dominance on T side anymore. I know they were able to get the last round from T, but it seems like they got the round. Now it's kind of over. Their momentum has lost. And I mean, Eversio just showing a dominant CTE side now again.
And in case anybody has not followed regarding the overtime rules, what this means is if Eversio pick up this final round, they'll have 3 opportunities in the second half of overtime to secure map 1, but they will have secured the second semifinal regardless. And look at this. Bayu and Trevor, Bayu able to just pull out his gun in time, does get the frag. It was close there. We've seen that happen a couple of times this game. Go either side, this time it does go aNarchy's way and does give them a man advantage. Stakeli quick into CT, is able to find the frag as well. Don't know how he gets away with that. Zelion also picking up Bayu in the meantime, so a 3 versus 3 retake. Eversio gonna have to try it, nothing to save into the next. It is the last round of the half, so it will be a 3 versus 3 retake, and Zelion finds a kill in the smoke on Retro. Missed shot there as KD4 finds 2, Exarch with a kill of his own, and finally aNarchy get on the board in this overtime. And now as we stop the halves, they will have 3 opportunities. If aNarchy win all these 3 rounds, they will secure map 1. Eversio need at least 2
rounds. Finally, aNarchy being able to, stop this momentum from Eversio now. Will they use this momentum that they just gained from 1 round? I'm not much of a mental, but let's see if they use this 1 round little advantage. It's mental, maybe they have some good mental to win the first CT round of the second half of overtime.
Well, it has been 15 rounds since aNarchy were on the CT side. So definitely a long time since they've had this defense, and they're gonna have to get back into it straight away. Losing any rounds would give Eversio match point.
Very fast B push from Eversio.
Eversio, we saw this
Much
on their own
made.
T side, quick onto one of these sides. Luca only good for the 1 kill here, but aNarchy quick on the rotate. However, Keith taking down Exarch as Bayu misses a shot from Market. So despite the damage, it's Eversio with the man advantage. The AWP, not the weapon you want, and they have 2 AWPs on this retake. Not the weapons you want in a 2 and a 3 versus 4 retake. 2 ops, unable to swing the angle, just Retro with the M4, and it's gonna have to be him to open up this side. Finds the first, but goes down to Name. Name pushes into Market, and along with Trevor find the last couple of frags of the round, and Eversio secure 2 map points here.
I believe the 2 ops was a big mistake for aNarchy. I mean, especially on B side. B side is such a close quarter map, and op is what's gonna cut you short from that fight potential with an M4, and you're just stuck trying to hold these long angles, and you get swung by an AK or an SMG. Unless you have like inhuman reactions, you're kind of stuck there.
So despite the great start to the T side from aNarchy in regulation, it seems like they have run out of gas over on Mirage. Eversio 2 opportunities to seal it, either 16-13 or 16-14. If aNarchy manage to piece these last 2 rounds together, we will head into a second overtime. It's a lot slower from Eversio this time, just shifting outside this ramp. And aNarchy so passive on this A side have allowed it to happen, as Retro not finding any frags. It is Bayu actually, but Keith finding a kill. Name over on this B side just completely opens up the site. Eversio don't even know it, that they have complete free reign, and it looks like that is all she wrote for map 1. aNarchy 2 ops, KD does find the first frag, but does go down, leaving just Bayu 1 versus 3. And he will get taken down, which means Eversio do pick up the first map of Mirage, their map pick. It was shaky at times, but they do get it at the end.
Honestly, a very cutthroat first map. if the next two maps are gonna seem like this, honestly, we have a great grand final coming up right now.
Yeah, just a really, really good game throughout. A very tightly contested first half, 6-6. It looked like aNarchy were going to run away with it at the end, 11-7. But EVERSIO piecing the rounds together one by one as they forced it into overtime. And then, once we reached there, cool as you like, 4 rounds to aNarchy's 1. And a truly, truly great map 1 of these grand finals.
Definitely. A shame for aNarchy they were not able to get up to that match point and let EVERSIO get this comeback. I mean, honestly, EVERSIO, second great comeback from them this season. I mean, I feel like when you put their back to the wall and you fight this pressure, EVERSIO is going to show you why they've been a dynasty for so long. Some pressure does not mean anything to them. Honestly, still a great performance from aNarchy. First time on LAN in a long time. I believe they're going to have hopefully a much better performance on the next map. Is their map pick. Maybe they have some better shots, better ideas lined up.
Of course, of course. So commiserations to aNarchy for Mirage, but as you're mentioning, Nuke is their turf. EVERSIO have not played Nuke so far this season. However, we thought it would be maybe a bit one-sided since aNarchy never played Mirage, but look what a game they gave us here.
Complete opposite from our predictions. And I feel like I'm happy that my predictions were wrong in this situation because, honestly, a great show from both teams. I mean, performance from every player has been incredible. And as you said, Train, not yet played by EVERSIO, so we have to see how they're going to perform. Technically, aNarchy didn't ever play Mirage, but however, Mirage is technically a well-known map, so strats are technically well-known, you know, it's like, you always pug on like Mirage and stuff.
So yeah, Mirage, a popular map for all players. Nuke, perhaps a bit more niche. However, I have seen EVERSIO play this map in the past, and it was once again this same core, and they did do very well on it. It was most recently in Clash in April, the ICTC Clash tournament against Berserk and Order Zero, I believe. And they did win. They played Nuke twice, they won it both times. So, definitely not a map that EVERSIO are slouches on. And we will go to a very quick break before we are underway with map 2. That will be Nuke, which is aNarchy's pick. Stay tuned for that. They're going to give it away. All right, guys, we just saw map 1 where Project EVERSIO did manage to win Mirage 16-13 in overtime. It was their map pick. We are now heading to Nuke, which is going to be aNarchy's map pick. We're going to get away. The knife round is currently underway, so we're going to get underway ourselves very, very soon. But what a map 1 that was.
Honestly, it was so close, and I thought, honestly, aNarchy might pull it through, but EVERSIO, incredible comeback, and just pulling it through to overtime.
Yeah, so as we mentioned, though, EVERSIO did never play Nuke this season. Same way, similarly, that aNarchy never played Mirage. And they did really surprise us on Mirage. So we're really not sure what to expect coming into this on Nuke. We're expecting a good match, though. We know that both of these teams can play the highest tier of Counter Strike. We've seen aNarchy beat very high-seeded opponents on this map just a couple of days ago. And it's up to EVERSIO to bring something to the table to try and secure this grand final 2-0 here.
I think the most important here is that aNarchy are not gonna, use last game's loss as a, catalyst to like mental boom right now. They need to keep their mental up. They need to focus up and just see the game ahead of them and take that head on.
So we are underway with the pistol here as aNarchy managed to sneak their way down in the secret. Trevor up on the vent, takes a couple of shots, but Luca is gonna find Sekeli in hell. Zelion now next to these double doors
Very
with
low.
the dualies. Finds frag taken low and taken out now. Trevor with another frag in the meantime.
Down to a 3v3. Now, keep pushing onto secret. Squeaky, sorry.
Bomb has been planted though, and no kit for this EVERSIO side. So they need to go quickly.
Why you playing aggressive?
Yeah, he's over there on the ramp, but he has 2 people. Does find 1 before going down, so the 1-for-1 trade, but Keith taking down Exet, losing just KD4, who does find the 1-tap onto Name, and spots the last player out now.
Has the preferred weapon with the T250.
No kit, but Keith has tapped his bomb. I think he's sticking it through the smoke. KD4 doesn't know what's happening here.
Doesn't know where the bomb is planted.
And Keith does manage to get the ninja through the smoke. And the knife frag as well at the end, an extra 1500. What a way to start for Keith there in the 1-versus-1.
Honestly, both first pistols, EVERSIO gets a knife. I mean, this is very important for EVERSIO, as this is free money for them in the very first round. Now, aNarchy had a very good start to T-side. Unfortunately, what seemed like is KD didn't know where the bomb was planted. Now, aNarchy are forcing the buy. A bit of an unorthodox purchase from Keith with the XM. Would love to see how it's going to be utilized.
Yeah,
he's pushing cut very aggressively.
He dropped that M4 over to one of his teammates, and he does have the XM now in hand. Sekeli gonna get taken down by KD4 once again in this hell position. Trevor trying to pick up the pieces. Dinked though down to low HP, and it's gonna be Exec to finish him off. Rifle there to be saved in hell as well.
Very powerful weapon right now.
Shotgun is the gun you want, but does miss the player through the smoke as Exec finds another frag. Keto takes down Luca. Is dinked in the meantime though, so just 8 HP on him.
2 players low from aNarchy side, and only 1 low from EVERSIO. Now he down with low HP. Down to Zelion.
Finds that first frag in the 1-versus-3. No kid though, needs to recover it before going for this. Finds the second frag as well. Finds the third, and Zelion in the 3-versus-1 secures the round. What a clutch.
Another very close round for aNarchy, but unfortunately not able to pull it through after bomb is planted. I feel like obviously EVERSIO having the rifles and the armor helped them a lot, but still a very good force buy from aNarchy. Still have the money to do another potential force buy.
I think that's really a round where you could get tilted. It's a round where the IGL needs to just take a moment and tell them, all right guys, it was the 3v1, we shouldn't have lost that, we lost it, it's okay. We're gonna reset, we're gonna go again. They have a round now, we cannot invest too much into it, but we have our game plan and we're gonna stick to it. So we're gonna let this round pass, we're not gonna let it drag us down, and we're gonna play past it.
Definitely, that should be the mental for aNarchy right now. EVERSIO obviously winning the first 2 rounds, potentially have some good money. Keith getting the XM kit, that's a free $900 right there.
And we are in round 3 here. It's quick through hot from the EVERSIO side. Keith and Name taken down immediately. Trevor only 1 in the meantime before falling to Bayou as well. Zelion though, who's been red hot on Mirage, carrying that form straight onto Nuke, finds Exit.
Down to a 3v2, however, both EVERSIO players are below half HP, almost below half HP.
Yes, and off the back of that, no kit either. They do seem like they are happy to give this round to aNarchy. KD4 looking for that duel with Zelion, who does land another dink down to 19 HP, but will fall
KD claims the
eventually.
kill.
Just the Kelly left spotted by KD, and he does get taken down. No M4 save though by this aNarchy side. Definitely at time. One drop by Zelion in garage there. Surprised that it wasn't picked up by the T side, but aNarchy, very, very impressive. They lost the force, they forced once again, and they won that one.
I feel like the bomb plant was very crucial. Obviously got bomb plant all 3 rounds so far. And now losing that round for EVERSIO was very bad because now their economy is very low. And all aNarchy needs to do is just play it safe. If possible, all 5 players survive so they can keep the guns, keep the armor. Utility obviously doesn't need to be. Fast push from EVERSIO.
So now finds the first frag. However, trades going all the way around. It is aNarchy who come out on top. Just Name with the AK who will fall. Was maybe perhaps a bit closer, and for just the pistols, losing 3 players is quite expensive. Only one of the AKs to be saved as well. However, aNarchy do get the job done and do secure the round, and it is 2-2.
Zelion already with the op buy. No armor, however, so a bit of a glass cannon here. I mean, that push from EVERSIO was very useful because it was a very close quarters area. You know, lobby is not a very spacious area, so the pistols were very powerful there. Taking down 3 of them was not the best for aNarchy. However, they still have the funds to, you know, full buy here. I mean, they have 4 AKs and 1 Galil still.
Yeah, so Zelion posted outside with AWP. Stekeli in hell. He's been having quite an unlucky time there, so he does go aggressive this time, pushing all the way into trophy room with this Mag 7. And in this close quarters engagements, could catch KD4, but is instead killed. Head taken clean off his shoulders, opening frag for aNarchy. Trevor here in hell now with this deagle. Does have Keaton support with the M4, but that molly is going to make them back off the angle. KD4 low on HP in the meantime, tagged down to 24.
Trevor saw him way down to secret.
Exec has been spotted. However, a bomb will be going down, so Exec will be making his way down as well. Now with this M4, it's a timing game, loses out on it as Exec finds that frag. KD4 as well from this close corner, does take down Keith. Zelion with the op, Trevor with the deagle, the last 2 players alive, and KD4 not expecting the op, finds him anyway, and what a tap onto Trevor. 4K in the round from KD4.
Honestly, incredible performance from KD here. Good attempt from Stekeli with the swag 7, as I like to call it, Max 7 technically, push, but unfortunately KD read him like a book and saw him pushing slowly through the smoke. Very ground from aNarchy. No bomb plant, however, a very good dominance on that T side.
They got the bomb plant.
They did?
They
Okay, I missed that, as my apology.
So even better for aNarchy.
Definitely,
here.
I mean, more money for them. Now EVERSIO is going to go another very, very soft buy, trying to stay above 2K. Only a few of them only one of them is actually above 2K here.
Yeah, and despite a very rough couple of rounds to lose at the beginning, aNarchy have wrestled the lead back into their hands, and they should have this round in the bag. They just need to hit their shots here and not let anything crazy happen. KD4 is going to find that first frag on to Keith. 5 versus 4 now. 85 seconds left on the clock. Bomb still all the way back in P1, as Zelion actually with this P250 evens out the numbers. 4 versus 4, taking down KD4, but tagged down low as he went looking for a second.
So far, very good from EVERSIO. Able to get 1 kill. I mean, that's technically a weapon drop. Now, unfortunately, the weapon drop is not a very convenient place to pick it up, but aNarchy need to respect that the raw aim is still really powerful.
Yeah, and we have 3 deagles left on this EVERSIO side. Definitely have those 1 deagle potentials. Kind of a scenario where underestimating your opponents could end up losing you the round. And there's going to be a quick out of hot and out of squeaky for these 8 players. And look at that, Name posted up on the rafters. Does the takedown retro. Molly will be deployed for heaven now, but Stekeli's moved ahead of it. Does find a couple of tags before getting taken down by Luca. And it's just Trevor and Zelion left now. 3v2. As aNarchy do get the bomb plant. Zelion has been spotted, but once again with this P250, lands the headshot on Bayou. Trevor takes down Exec. It's just Luca and the pistols getting the job done for EVERSIO. 1 versus 1 now. Luca against Zelion. Zelion has picked out that weapon and has already clutched a 3 versus 1 before. He's gonna tap the bomb here, but doesn't have the kit. Luca doesn't notice though, but opts not to commit. And Zelion's gonna have to push here and does find the frag.
However,
does
no
he have
time
time
for the
though?
bomb.
No time to defuse, and EVERSIO will be able to take an AK into the next round. Does aNarchy somehow get away with the fourth?
Honestly, a very good round from eVerSio. Obviously, they were not able to pull through and actually claim the round. However, I still believe this performance is very good from them. Able to take down all 5 CTs. So with a free AK plus 250 on the rounds from the kills, I think this is a very good investment from eVerSio.
And I think that's a very shaky round from aNarchy there. They do get that initial frag, but after KD4 falls, they don't really know what to do. They send 2 players from either entrance to the A side, and they do get onto the side, but then once in the post plants, it's shaky again. And they really need to iron that out going forward if they want to try and force a decider here. But of course, still in the lead and still did pick up that round, all things considered. So it is not the end of the world just yet. KD4 once again on top of Garage here. Key definitely hurt him, goes looking for the head there.
I'd like to add this is the very first full buy of Nuke. So both teams are now just playing with genuine potentiality of good firepower and utility.
It took us half a half to get here because of the awkward rounds at the start. It did allow eVerSio to buy into a couple, but aNarchy did keep them humble, and after losing some, they didn't have any more money. So 4v2 now, and the economy situation is not the best still for eVerSio. Los Monos has been maxed out though, and he does find the first frag onto KD4. Zelion over in Garage here does take down Luca as well. Bio and Retro, a couple of frags though, but Stekeli up on the rafters. Good for one as well. Just exit now, yes, as you said, 1 versus 2. Zelion quick onto the side though. That flash is gonna allow him to peek, and Exec really needs to hit the shot. Doesn't land it, and it missed. Off shot, but the nade will take him down anyways.
Bit of a Kobe action there.
Yeah, I mean, it's not the first time we've seen eVerSio use this utility to find these frags. They've been really good, even on Mirage, and 4-3 here. Round has been picked up once again.
Honestly, being eVerSio's first time playing Nuke, I'm very impressed with their performance. Obviously, this is not their very first time playing Nuke, but however, this season, first time playing Nuke, and aNarchy, complete opposite, very dominant on their Nuke map picks. They're able to, you know, chase aNarchy and not give them this free win, but however, a very close fight, a very good win now for eVerSio this round, because now aNarchy are back to their not fully low, but fairly low economy. Now it's just up to them to see whether they will let eVerSio take this little momentum and see if they will let them carry it.
As you mentioned, economy is the name of the game here, especially on Nuke. Map that really needs weapons at the right spot to get the most out of them. eVerSio winning that last round, able to buy into this. It's not the strongest last round actually, but they do have that op up on Trevor. Interesting to see that he is the one to pick that up as opposed to Zelion. Zelion once again in Garage. He's been so good so far this game. He was brilliant on Mirage, and he's really carrying that on Nuke here. Slow round from aNarchy though, 65 seconds and no info really for either of these teams. Outside smokes have been deployed, but it is all a ruse. aNarchy start to make their way towards ramp actually, but this flash from Trevor. I say they're making their way towards ramp, they're still undecided. Currently in lobby, that nade will blow open the doors. Trevor does find the first frag onto Bayou. Flash doesn't affect Stekeli, who does take down Exa as well. Has been spotted now, but because of that player in the rafters, Namet does take down Retro, allows Stekeli to stay on site. KD4 also falling, and Luca's gonna fall. A flawless round from eVerSio here. 5 kills unresponded.
Honestly, textbook performance here from eVerSio. Playing not aggressive, making them push them, obviously, in the early picks, and now eVerSio with the tactical
timeout now, actually. They've tied up the game, so they just maybe want to smooth things over and ensure that they can carry on this momentum into the next couple of rounds. Of course, Nuke, quite a CT-sided map. You don't want to be having any 6-6 halves when you are on the CT side yourself.
I agree with you 100%. I mean, I saw the idea from aNarchy. They're trying to throw some smokes outside to block Secret, making them believe it's going to be a bait push. However, probably eVerSio couldn't care less. They're going to hold A. If B is taken, they'll retake. eVerSio, this whole grand final, their retakes have been on point. aNarchy, on the other hand, have been doing some slip-ups on retakes, especially on double overtimes. Oh, sorry, single overtimes. aNarchy were caught with 2 ops trying to retake some sides. Not the best idea, but we'll see how they're going to do now with their eco. Probably going to do a fast round, Tech 9, you know, move with accuracy. We'll see how they're going to go.
Yeah, it hasn't just been shaky in the retakes, it's also been shaky in post-plant for aNarchy. It seems like once they get that bomb down, they're a completely different team. Trevor finds a couple of kills on ramp before that op is going to fall. Eversio quick on the rotate though. Making his way into admin room, spotted by Keith on the cross. Will try and flash himself out there. Op still holding. Op does have the bomb as well. Luca does find Keith. So the bomb will go down, but Stekeli catches Bayu out in the open there. Luca unable to find the frag. Yeah, exactly. Zillion already on the defuse. Luca gets taken down there, and Eversio, cynical as you like in this round. They're so good on these retakes, like you mentioned, and wrestling once again the lead in their favor. It's been a game of back and forth so far.
I mean, if you take in this situation, that was not a bad round from aNarchy, as they were on a full eco round with just a few tech 9s and managed to get the bomb plant and take 2 of them down. So some economy has been damaged on Eversio. However, when you look at a player like Zelian with 8k, I mean, he's ready to buy a property if he really wants to at this point.
Have another players there, 8.2, 8.1, also a player on 6.4k for Eversio. So money not of any importance or issue right now to them. On the other hand, aNarchy 5 AKs, some limited util, and a very important round 10 here. 90 seconds on the clock and a slow walk outside. Smoke now might detract any quick pushes as Zelion is once again in garage, but look at Keith, so aggressive, pushing all the way up to silo, spots the player. Retro also spotting him in the meantime. There will be Retro to find that frag. Opener for aNarchy here. It's a great nade though. Retro down to 23 HP. Exef taken down to 50, and Retro gets caught through the smoke. So
still
4 versus 4.
However, there's one person half HP right now, so HP-wise, Eversio are taking the lead here.
And once again, is that utility from Eversio. They're so good at using it to the best of their advantage. Allows them to put this back in a 4v4 with the HP advantage now. Now with 45 seconds left, aNarchy stuck a little with this bomb towards lower. Luca and Bayu still need to make their way down on the ramp. And Luca not looking towards hell, but finds the Kelly regardless. Trevor with his AWP now will be looking for the refrag, as aNarchy do momentarily have the man advantage. Missed shot from Trevor on ramp.
Crucial shot for Trevor. It gets Luca. Oh, that was a very important
Ooh,
shot.
finds Exa as well on the side. Is he aware about this other ramp player? Bayu is not, but Bayu not aware of Name, so just KD4 in the 1 versus 2 here. Crucial round for him to pick up if aNarchy want to stay in this grand final. On map 2 here, finds the first, unable to find the second, and it's once again Zelion. I feel like this guy's been everywhere these grand finals and secures the 6th for Eversio here.
I mean, honestly, a good retake from Eversio. Again, post-plan situation, it seems like aNarchy are just letting it slip. However, taking 4 rounds on a heavy CT side of the map, in my personal opinion, is very good for them. So if they're able to maybe get 1, even 2 more rounds, it's all aNarchy need.
But we're saying that, you know, it's 4 rounds are well and good, but they should have had more now. There have been rounds, 3 rounds at least, that Eversio have picked up where
it's a complete slip up from aNarchy.
Exactly, definitely should have secured that. And if they end up losing this map, they will be kicking themselves over that. So after losing round 10 there, they are forced onto a more humble buy, a couple of SMGs, 3 Tech 9s and utility. And with KD4's positioning, it does look like it is going to be an A hit. Readying the molly for hot, swaps to the flashbang instead. And now decides not to throw anything just yet. Lines up that molly now, and that will be the hot molly. No players on hot this time though. Name aggressive next to squeaky door, but a couple of frags actually going in aNarchy's favor. Only one in response from Eversio, as Exa also takes down Keith. Low HP on Retro and Keith. Sorry, Retro and Exa. But the 2-man advantage might be too much for Eversio to think about. 3-man advantage now. KD4 with a great push outside of A main, catching one of those CT players, leaving just Zelion left.
I feel like it's always him at the last person alive. Clutch rounds, always Zelion in the past game.
Well, we saw him win a 1v3, but it looks like he has already conceded the 1v4 here. Missed shot in lobby as well, as these will try and hunt him down. Does get a couple of kills for his troubles, and an AK on the way out as well. And for aNarchy, a couple of guns that they might have wanted to carry into this next round, taken away from them. Luca only the Tech 9. But KD4 does not land for.
Honestly, still a very good round for EVERSIO. Unfortunately, they were not able to pull it through. Good round for aNarchy. On
Great
an
round for
eco,
aNarchy.
saving money, they're able to push onto side, take down 4 of them, and plant the bomb. This is going to be great money for them. So now they're able to full buy for the very last round of the first half. So now here, I'm pretty sure everyone's going to be forcing, all money is going to be spent, and preferably no money is going to be left.
And we had 2 EVERSIO players, 7.5k, which means they're just going to completely invest, drop the guns around them, as you can see. Full buy for both teams. The only person perhaps lacking is Bayou, with just the glass cannon and the limited utility to boot.
He has armor actually, so it's not really a glass cannon.
Seeing KD4 there with 45k, and I'm wondering perhaps there
KD
was...
with a great peek from Teeth. Down to a 3v3, however, Bayou with the low HP.
Well, with the guns they've got, they are making the kills count.
Down to a secret.
He needs his frag here and does land it. Stakali taken down. Low HP on Bayou though, but he has done enough.
They're pushing up secret, trying to bait them to go down to B. Name still on A. Not falling for it yet.
Name every round changing his position. Sometimes he's in the rafters, sometimes he's next to the vent. This time he is on cut. Are EVERSIO ready for it? Well, Zellion's certainly ready for these outside players. 2 frags, and Name taking down Bayou as well to ensure that EVERSIO secure the first half 7-5.
Honestly, great read from EVERSIO there. Still a good first half for aNarchy, 5-7.
Zellion has 17 frags in the first half.
What a performance from Zellion for the first 17 kills.
17 kills. Great game from him so far. He's really been the difference maker on this CT side. Single-handedly winning 2 or 3 rounds would be a very different story if he wasn't on the server for EVERSIO right
Just
now.
the outside clip that he hit earlier. Oof. 2 crucial kills outside.
But aNarchy, as you said, 7-5. Now they're on the easier inverted commas, of course. Now they're on the more favorable CT side. And now they can really, you know, let loose.
Fast ramp side.
Very fast from EVERSIO. We saw this on Mirage. They were so quick on the T side. Name here takes down Retro immediately. Exec really needs a frag here with the dualies. Will find it. Could really use a second. Low HP on a couple of these aNarchy players as Key does take down KD4. Bomb will be planted now. There is a kit available, but as Exec goes down, and Bayou drops that kit, we left with Luca on a 1 versus 4. Unable to do anything, does fall to Keith.
Honestly, great round from EVERSIO. And, fun little fact, all 4 pistol rounds so far have been claimed by EVERSIO.
Ooh, perhaps the difference maker in these grand finals. As at 8-5 now, and surely 9-5 this round. Start to feel a little bit nervous for aNarchy.
Now, while there's the tactical time, I have a question for you.
Ask us.
This is a little bit of a little fun question. If you were to live in any map in CS, what map would you live in?
Ooh.
I'll give you mine. I'll preferably live, I think, either Inferno or Italy, but I think Inferno just looks nice. It's calm.
I mean, I'm not going to tell you Nuke or Ancient. Maybe once they finish building Vertigo, there might be a nice high-rise apartment, but still under construction for now.
It's been construction for a long time. Yeah.
Long time.
Did you ever play the original Vertigo?
Oh, yeah, of course. 2016.
I missed that.
It was terrible.
It was terrible. It was horrible to play at. But it was a very fun looking map.
It was very fun indeed. I kind of miss Anubis. I wish Anubis would be added back to the map pool.
I mean, I was expecting, to be honest, Mirage to be I know it's like a bit cliche to say, but I was hoping Mirage might get removed.
Anyway, tactical timeout is over. We are good to go for round 14 here. EVERSIO leading 8-5, and aNarchy need to come up with some sort of response. And that's a great start. Retro takes out Name. 5 versus 4 now. Low HP on these aNarchy players though. Retro gonna fall. And KD4, his angle has been checked. Zellion finding that frag as well. So once again, EVERSIO take the lead here. We're not expecting too much out of aNarchy from this round. However, they do need to put up a bit more of a fight. All 3 of these players currently posted on the B side. And EVERSIO not actually heading down here, so it might have to be a 3 versus 4 retake with the pistols up on A. And when I say the pistols, I mean really the pistols. 2 USPs and just 1 upgraded 5.7 on Exec. Trevor in hell now, starts to make his way up towards heaven from the ladder, checking all his corners. Little does he know, A is currently a ghost town, and should certainly be calling this to his teammates now. Zillion from A main, a couple of others from Squeaky.
Honestly, makes complete sense from EVERSIO's side to play soft and careful. I mean, one mistake could honestly turn the round around. If they get a single AK or a Galil right now, they can just swap the round easily. But now it's up to aNarchy to do a retake on 3v4 with pretty much no weapons whatsoever. 2 USBs and just a 5.7.
As you mentioned, EVERSIO being so careful, every rifle saved by aNarchy is a rifle they don't have to invest to in their buy round in the next. But bomb is ticking away as aNarchy are playing for the exit frags here. Will EVERSIO allow them any, or will they be able to wiggle their way out? Luka's gonna get taken down by Stekeli. Except might find the frag here. Will indeed try to hold on to that Galil and should be able to do that. So it will be one saved rifle for the side of aNarchy as EVERSIO close in on double digits, 9-5 here.
Honestly, one rifle could make a small difference. However, only able to get 2 kills, just plus 100 extra for the money. And I have to see how they're going to decide to use their economy this round. Obviously, the Galil will ease a bit one person's economy, but the rest have to, unfortunately, see what they're going to do, what they're going to buy, and how they're going to play this next round.
A very, very important round here. Round number 15, and it is getting a little bit too close for comfort for aNarchy. This is their map pick, yet they're getting picked apart on it. 9-5. Buy round here, but terrible start for aNarchy as Luka is caught by Keith. 5v4, and the utility has already run dry. Just a couple of flashes and one nade. KD4 could really use a couple of frags from this position. Does find the first, is tagged low. Somehow not immediately taken out by that silo player, but will fall eventually. So EVERSIO do maintain this man advantage. 4 versus 3 now, 65 seconds left. Keith is gonna flash his way out onto the A side, but might not be expecting exit. Takes a little bit more time than necessary, but does find that frag. So we are in a 3 versus 3. And perhaps there EVERSIO feeling the confidence and going a bit too fast. Keith peeking A side alone, and absolutely nobody there in support. Just a single flash, but he does get caught by that hot player. 40 seconds left now. Bomb is posted outside Squeaky, so it could definitely be an A play here. Name does drop, and Bayu has definitely heard that. 30 seconds now, EVERSIO gonna have to hit this A side. Still have utility to play with, but don't have that much time left to play with. They're gonna have to start going. Name, great frag to find. Exec really needs this one in return. Those looking for the A main player doesn't find it, is taken down, and 15 seconds left. Retro could deny this bomb plant. Perfect angle too, does do it indeed, and no time for EVERSIO to plant. Zillion tries to force the issue, but Retro holds his nerve. Finally, aNarchy get on the board on the CT side.
Perfect positioning from Retro there, able to catch the bomb plant, and all he had to do was either run away or just wait for the enemy T side to just push him and try to catch him at a better angle. And that's what Retro completely has done.
And EVERSIO, seeing the time run out, trying to get the bomb down as quick as possible. Could have taken a couple extra seconds to get behind perhaps one of those silos on site. Would have denied Retro the opportunity, but a great round from him. And a very awkward buy for both of these teams here in round 17. Round 16, sorry.
Ooh, Trevor with a crisp 1D.
That's not a frag. That happens every single day, and that is an M4 to be recovered by EVERSIO for these armored players. So not the way you want to start the round, but Exit, MP9 should have done much better there, close range, gets taken down by Name. 5 versus 3 now, as aNarchy have really struggled on the CT side of their map pick to get anything going. It is Retro lying in wait on B. He does have Bayu in support. Bayu mollied off the angle though. Retro does find the first, needs a second, but too preoccupied with the player from double doors and gets caught from admin. Bayu low HP. And no kit on this op, might elect to save and does indeed do just that, making his way back up ramp as EVERSIO will secure double digits here, 10-6. We saw a similar story on Mirage, 11-7, and aNarchy then flipped the switch and really took charge. And aNarchy will be hoping that they can do the same at 10-6 here on Nuke.
Definitely. I hope the pressure of them being on land for the first time in a long time isn't hitting them right now. I mean, honestly, some of the plays they're doing is not, it's not something they're trying to rush the rounds or play it too quick. So hopefully the loss from last map isn't hurting their mental. However, honestly, aNarchy have been just playing textbook Counter Strike the past few rounds. Playing slow, methodically, getting those important picks so they know where they're going to push, what side is open. And once they plant, they're not eager to get the frags. They're not trying to get kill hungry. They're going to just play slow, let them make the mistakes, and clip them off. And obviously, that was a good read from Luca and Bayou to save their rifles, as now they're unfortunately on low economy.
And it only gets harder from here. aNarchy taking such a round lead that if aNarchy are unable to convert round 17 here, they'll be looking at an 11-6 scoreline. And at that point, once you even begin to start stringing some rounds together, you can't really reset your opponent's economy, as they will have that loss bonus kick in.
Slow push from aNarchy.
Very, very slow round here. Round number 17. Nobody wants to overextend. Nobody wants to give anybody any free frags. aNarchy perhaps learning from that lurk of Keith, which did end up costing them their only T-side round so far. And it's been a lot slower so far from aNarchy.
Bayou just missing the enemies. Gets Molotov off.
Just be careful, Keith has pushed aggressively. Just as to hold the angle, does land the shot. Almost had a collateral there, just about misses it. But these
almost out on A here.
And these aNarchy players have also been able to make it all the way to hell. Keith trying to force this issue, so Bayou really needs to land this no scope here, misses it, as Keith will pick up the AWP.
Still a 4v4. Retro dropped and now was hurt.
Wrong timing there, but the bomb carrier of aNarchy has been tagged very low, just 6 HP. And just 30 seconds left. Retro baiting out the footsteps from Zelion. Bomb has gone down. And unaware of the lurk from Zelion, Retro will fall as aNarchy wrestled back control on this round. 84 takes a few shots through the smoke, but aNarchy playing nowhere near them. Luca, the only one with the kit, misses the jump there. Might have been hurt as Keith makes his way out and finds that frag. Super important frag that should seal the round. Exec also falling. Ooh, what a shot from KD4. Unfortunately, too little too late. Name securing the final frag and aNarchy securing 11 rounds.
Unfortunate round from aNarchy. However, only 2 of them actually had weapons here. Now we're seeing a potential full buy from aNarchy. Not heavy on utility, however, at least they'll have the rifles and the armor to do so. aNarchy, on the other hand, pretty comfortable. They have a full buy here, plus full utility. If something would happen next round, they're still covered.
Yeah, aNarchy done so well here that even if aNarchy start to string these rounds together, they'll have more than enough time for loss bonus to kick in and to be able to come back in with 3 or 4 rounds in a row where they can be competitive. And aNarchy, we know how good they are. They don't even need the rifles. They can really make it a difficult day at the office for you with just the pistols as well. KD4 in garage here has had a hard time in this angle so far, but he's gonna have to crack the code if his team are to find a way into this game.
Another slow round from both teams. Obviously, aNarchy are trying to find those picks early, as I said earlier. Just want to see where they can go, where is the best side to move. Currently, actually, HP difference favoring aNarchy, but that could change in any minute.
So 65 seconds left here. aNarchy not committing to any bomb side just yet. The bomb is in lobby, which does definitely make you think it is going to be A, especially Trevor now going to take a couple of peeks out of Squeaky. Nice exit posted up on Hut. But pulls away, finds the first. Really use the second here, but won't find it. Trevor, low HP, secures the frag. Kills being traded all across the map, and all of a sudden it's a 2 versus 2. Trevor and Zelion. Trevor solo on HP though.
aNarchy, you have the chance here, especially with the HP difference.
Retro and KD4, a crucial round to keep them in Nuke. No kit, so it has to be fast. KD4 might get caught here. Oh, Zelion looks away just in the nick of time, but what a headshot! KD4 left in the 1v2, unable to do anything there, and aNarchy pick up
Another
match
round.
point, series point, and tournament point. 6 rounds in a row here for EVERSIO to secure season 3 of the MCL finals.
aNarchy definitely feeling the pressure right now. I mean, they're full force buying this round, trying to see if they can at least scrape one more round, get a bit more weapons, a bit more money.
This is where we look back to those Mirage rounds where they were caught with the fast plays of EVERSIO. That did really go down to the wire, where they allowed EVERSIO back into that match. Perhaps regret seeping in, and look at EVERSIO here, straight through the molly, quick onto ramp, and into the meat grind there. 3 frags for aNarchy. EVERSIO are able to find 2 in response, but KD4 taking down Keith there.
Down to 3v1.
3v1 now, as you said. Zelion,
1v2.
let's not run it out of this.
1v1.
1 versus 3, couple of headshots already, and just exec remaining.
Can Zelion clutch the final round for his team and secure victory for the MCL Season 3 Grand Final?
He's done it before, 1 versus 3, 1 versus 2, 1 versus 1. He's been so good on Nuke in all these 1vx situations, and he's already taken us from a 3v1 to a 1v1 here. The tournament on the line for both of these sides. aNarchy to stay in it, EVERSIO to take the victory. Zelion begins to make his way down ramp. Slow as you like here, Exec with the MP9, not the best weapon for this situation. Zelion does deploy that smoke. It should allow aNarchy to know where he intends to go, but it is all a ruse. Smoke deployed just to buy him some time as he's gonna make his way up onto heaven, really using the clock to his full advantage here. Zelion was such a fast-paced round. Now,
checking all corners here, making sure he's not slipping up here.
Molly will be deployed, Exec in secret, knows that it's A now, starts to make his way very quickly as bomb has been planted. No kit, 30 seconds to find this frag and get on the defuse.
Still has a smoker grenade.
Posted in hot. I bet he would have loved to have a kit here. Exec could have tried to fake it out, and Zelion playing so well. Steps made by Exec. Tap now. Is on swap to the AK, and in the 1v3 finds the final frag and secures the final kill. Project EVERSIO take down aNarchy 2-0 in the grand finals and secure MCL Season 3.
So that's it, folks. EVERSIO with a very impressive performance on Nuke. Surprisingly, first map, the first time they're playing this season, they didn't even need to warm up. That's it.
It's been a fantastic grand final. Best of work to both of these teams, but it is EVERSIO who came out on top in the end.
Well done to aNarchy. Obviously, the performance was great. Unfortunately, still some cracks that need to be filled. EVERSIO showing that, unfortunately, their years of experience is the name of the game.
Oh yes, and just like that, ladies and gentlemen, we have our winners. It's EVERSIO who are the winners of MCL. Let's give them, please, a big, big, big round of applause. But before we call our winners to come to the center stage, I would like aNarchy to come and join us here right next to us so they can also get their runner-up medal. So aNarchy, please make your way to the stage. Here we go. aNarchy, please make your way to the stage. We've got medals for you. I know they say runner-up, but they're medals. So there you go, getting ready for Team aNarchy. In the meantime, let's give them a big, big, big round of applause. Some appreciation for also the show these guys have put in. So there you go. Medals all around for Team aNarchy. Here we go. Big, 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 well done. And do you guys need a photo? Do you guys need a photo? So Team aNarchy, we need you back here. Team aNarchy. I don't think you're getting the photo. Okay, in the meantime, I'm going to be getting medals for the winners. And ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome to the center of the stage our winners. It's EVERSIO. So EVERSIO, please make your way forward. They're each gonna get a medal before we do the trophy lift. So there you go, well done. Well done. There you go. I need to shake your hand first. So there you go, well done. Well done. Well done. Medals around your neck. Okay, slowly make your way towards the trophy. We're gonna get one of those big trophy lifts from Team EVERSIO. Ladies and gentlemen, these are your winners, MCL Season 3. Here you go. Big, big, big well done. We're coming to you live from Playcon in Malta at the MFCC. We will also be awarding an MVP, but we will wait for instructions on that, and we will be announcing the result of that later. I do remind you there's a €3,000 prize pool for this competition. Massive shout out to CyberSift, Gaming Malta, GMR, and the Malta Association of Esports for making that possible. Do hang around. We will be back on this very stage with the Malta E-Premier League happening very, very shortly. But that's it for now from MCL. See you back on stage, on the Playcon main stage, very, very soon.
In 2023, it's taking organizations an average of 49 days to identify a cyber attack. With CyberSift DNS Protect, you get one platform with many benefits. Effortlessly control with advanced URL filtering and gain full network visibility. Protect your business from phishing, malware, and advertising tracking. Be up and running in less than 24 hours. Boost productivity with over 80 categories. Protect what matters most. Start protecting today with our free 30-day trial. Experience confidence with CyberSift DNS Protect. Secure your digital world today. Visit our website